Hello, everybody. Good evening. I don't know what time it is. It's not 5 o'clock yet. The sun's going down, so I'm gonna jump right into this. Try to keep this as short as I can on YouTube. It's going on YouTube again because YouTube did not like my 30-minute video the other night. It took like 3 tries. It wasn't done till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, it was gone, this morning, which I normally am. Get back, and I am trying to get back to everybody's messages. I really am. But anyway, I get out of my car. As soon as I get out of my car, I get a message, notification. Somebody messages me. I look at it, and basically it was a subject that I want to get into today. So it was basically they had a question and made a statement. The question was, how do you do what you do? And the statement was, I can't do that, or I could never do that. Now they weren't being disrespectful of me. I believe, it was more geared towards, again, my previous video, truth, purpose, and passion, okay? I'll start off with this. Can't, never did, can't, never will, can't, won't. All right? Okay. We'll start there. Also, I'll say this. I'm not going to go out on my roof and jump off my roof and fly because I think I can, all right? So all you trolls out there, just dispel with that right now. How do I do what I do? Again, for my previous video, I address my truth, my purpose, and my passion. All right, and that's from which that question comes from, is it addressing? That's how I can. Okay, the mission that I've been given, the tasks that I've been given are my. For me, they are my passion. Right. Now I use social media. We'll look at it this way too, because she also had asked this. Is that as far as like being on social media, putting my face out there? You didn't see this, a year and a half ago, a year ago. You didn't see this, all right? I always had a hat on, even out in public. Had a hat on, had my hat down low, really low, and I hid behind sunglasses. I don't do social media for likes. I don't do social media for love. I don't do social media for views, attention, status, whatever other people use social media for. I don't do that. Social media is strictly a tool for me, for my truth, my purpose, and my passion. Strictly a tool. I use social media. I do not let it use me. Copy? All right, you feel me? All right, so, and again, when somebody says, I can't do that, and she says, I can't do that, I could never do that. Again, can't, never will. Can't, won't. Never has, right? When I started this journey, I told you, again, addressed in the previous video, where I am now, just about a year ago. And as I started on the path, and before, it was after, I realized what my truth and my purpose was. I made the conscious decision that I would never lead into a choice or a decision with, I can't, all right? And it was more than just a positive thought kind of thing. I knew that my life was going to change, and I had to approach everything with I can and I will. All right? Because once you say I can't, illustrate, visualize. All right, say there's a car I want to buy. But in order for me to buy this car and obtain this car, I'm going to have to put in 6 months of overtime. 6 months of overtime means I lose 6 months of free time. Whatever those hours are, whatever that time is, basically 6 months of free time. Now, I can just load up and say, I can't do that. I'm not going to give up my free time. Well, guess what? I'm never going to buy that car. And to be completely honest with you, once I say I can't, I need to stop thinking about that damn car because it will never be obtainable. All right? So I had to consciously tell myself, when faced with a decision of choice, is that I was going to come with an I can. Now, I've always wanted to say I can and be that person. Again, going back to the previous video, you see where I come from, the space that I come from. I said I can't a lot. And what I was actually saying is I won't. What I was actually saying was I won't. All right, so I had to clean, I had to purge, I had to just get rid of all of that. Change my mindset, right? Become a different person, if you will. So, an illustration, moving here. And this is before I started my path, my journey. But I was still, like I said, there were parts of those puzzles, pieces, whether my soul, my spirit, that were awakening, that were coming into it, that were still kind of floating out here before I met my teacher, if you will, and she helped me. So what that was moving out here. This opportunity is my air fryer done. The opportunity had been here for years, okay, to move here. Now, again, let me preface all this by saying, now I live with my brother, his wife, and their 2 little boys, my nephews. They're 2 and 5. Because people are like, so do you have your kids? You know, no, my kids live with their mother in Ohio, or near their mother in Ohio, and then I have our oldest lives in Tennessee. She's married and lives in Tennessee with her husband. So all the little kid stuff you see floating around, I have my own space, my own everything on the other side of the house. Okay. So anyway, coming out here is I could have said I can't do that because I lived after Julie and I were divorced. You know, I lived basically 5 minutes away from my kids. I did eventually move to Westerville, which is the north side of Columbus. I was about 45 minutes away from my kids, but I was never far from my kids. But this opportunity had been here for a number of years, but I couldn't do it. I chose not to do it because our 2 youngest, were too young to understand that once I left, why I wasn't there, at least near them. And I needed them to I needed them to understand why the reason I was leaving, okay, was not to abandon them, right? So once that door opened and I came here, once I got here, all right, and I was here for, I moved here last November, and I said my spiritual journey basically started February, this past February. So, you know, I had a few months, and there were a lot of things that I could have said I can't too. But I was starting to understand that I needed to be here. I knew I needed to be here. Had I not moved here, had I not been here, there were friendships, there were relationships I would have never cultivated, never had I not moved here, that I needed, right? There were friendships and relationships in Ohio that needed to end. And when I left, they ended, right? So it was all, I understood that the greater picture was more than, or the bigger picture was greater than I am, all right? So now I'm faced with an opportunity. I'm faced with an opportunity that's going to take me 2,000 miles away, roughly 2,000 miles away. And again, I was faced with it, and I could have immediately said I can't do that because 2,000 miles away. I know what I want. I know what I want. People say that. I mean, I know exactly what I want. All right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So when I speak and I said I want to manifest what it is I want, and I said I want this, 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 and this, and I'm speaking strictly from how I want my life to look. Because I'm not going to short myself by saying in my mind thinking I want this, but I don't think I can get it. It's too hard. I'm not going to, no. I want this, 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 and this. I didn't have a specific area. I had a generalized, with the things that I listed that I wanted, kind of put me in a generalized area. God says, I will give you this, 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 and this. But instead of moving you closer to your kids, closer to people that you love and that love you, I'm going to move you to the exactly what you want when I move you 2,000 miles away. Oh, it's a dirty game. But in that moment, I could have said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. This is what I want. Why would I go 2,000 miles away from what it is I want? Oh. Right? Now I had the opportunity. I still have the opportunity because my, where I'm headed, which will be shortly, goes like this, and it's still to a destination, to a goal, but I can shortcut that. But there was a shortcut. That shortcut gets me there faster, gets me there quicker, like any shortcut does. But what do I do in my path, on my walk, on my journey? What do? Is I bypass whatever growth and healing and lessons that I need to learn. My future is waiting for me, right? Hasn't happened yet, but it's waiting for me. There are things that I need to be prepared for when I get there, right? I'm being prepared for. My future is also being prepared, okay? All aspects of it, right? So this is just being an encouragement for you guys. Again, it's not about me being out there on social media. I know it's getting dark. About being on social media, being liked or anything like that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I want one person. What I care about is the one person who is in the dark depths of hell that is, as I've said, toying with their mortality. If they can see something, like something in their spirit, smile, make that weight a little heavier, make that weight a little lighter. Lift some of that darkness. Because when I was in that space, any bit of light I could hold on to, any bit of light I could see that I welcomed. And eventually there was enough of it that it helped pull me out of that darkness. Okay? That's why I do this. I don't know who looks at my stuff. I don't know who likes this stuff. I mean, other than the notifications I get and stuff like that, I don't care who looks. I don't care who likes it. I care about the people that get a little bit out of it, encouragement out of it, right? So I said that's why I post. That's why I love, and I could post all day about these couples that are just so in love with each other in that moment and having fun with each other. Oh my God, my spirit wants that, right? So, and when that happens, when I'm in union with my partner, you guys are gonna hate us. You are gonna hate us. I don't care, but I don't care. I don't care. All right. So anyway, I love you. I love all of you. I intend to have a beautiful rest of my Friday evening, leading to Saturday tomorrow. Go Bucks! I hope you intend to have a beautiful Friday as well. I will get into my DMs. I do have another video I need to do. It's brought up a few times. I've been posting things in the last week or so, and people are curious about it. So I will do that. I don't know when I'll post it. Could be a while yet. But anyway, I love you. I love all of you. Stop saying you can't. Stop saying you can't. And I'm coming from a space of, I'm telling you, stop saying you can't. Because you are handicapping yourself from what's waiting for you. You know what you want. Stop saying you can't. Short of climbing on a roof and jumping off of it because you want to fly, that's not going to happen. But your future's waiting for you. Destiny's waiting for you, whatever it is. Go and get it. I am. I love you.